Hey guys!
Hey.
Welcome to a new vlog. Today we're going to talk about sustainability as a trend, but since it's such a mega trend, we'll be focusing on ethical consumption. It's one of the most important trends in consumer behavior at the moment. So, what is ethical consumption?
Well, it is a social sustainability trend that is about purchasing products that are ethical for employers, all stages of the product development, from start to finish, and that also keep the environment in mind. There are different kinds of labels that confirm that a product is fair trade. For example, Fair Trade International, which is probably the most popular label. Fair Trade Original label, which is a section at its own, at, for example, Albert Heijn, or the World Fair Trade Organization.
Okay. I think it's also fair trade is the most common in the food industry as well.
Yeah.
Then I feel from the research that I've conducted, at least, the number of households that buy fair trade products have actually tripled in the last 10 years. So you can clearly see that it's becoming a very big trend. And if you look at it, for example, in 2007, about 24% of households in the Netherlands still bought one or more fair trade products, whereas last year that number went up to 69%.
Whoa.
So this is according to research from the GfK, actually. So that'll be here somewhere. And so I guess now we're gonna go to the Spar and see how many fair trade products we could actually find.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Let's go.
Let's go!
So one label we forgot to mention was Beter Leven Keurmerk, which says if an animal had a relatively good life before it was made into food. So Max, how do you usually shop?
So mostly I look at the price because I'm a student, but I'll also look on how the food is actually made, and I just want it to be some good food, not some trash food. So for me the quality is also really important, and I also like to make sure that the food I buy is made in an ethical way. So we just got back from the Spar, and I already explained how I tend to do my grocery shopping. Yash, do you feel like you're an ethical shopper yourself?
since I've moved to the Netherlands, I've been in charge of my own grocery shopping. I feel like I have been paying more attention to what I shop in. I've been looking for like fair trade labels, just environmentally involved and environmentally sustainable products more. Although that I do look for cheaper products, but when I can afford to spend that extra minute, a dime, I do look for that. Also notice that there's a lot more environmentally sustainable labels on products. Grocery shopping is relatively low effort kind of shopping, but being more conscious about this makes me feel better about it, even though it requires a little bit more effort. That I don't support companies that let people work in bad environments or bad conditions or use bad chemicals and so on.
What about you, Joey?
So I still live at home, so I don't really do a lot of grocery shopping. However, I try to shop ethically when I'm shopping for clothing. So I steer away from fast fashion. I saw a documentary, China Blue, when I was younger, which really opened my eyes about the work situations of the people that are actually making the clothing in fast fashion.
Mm-hmm.
So ever since I was trying to be more conscious about it, and now through social media I do feel some peer pressure as well. Pressured in a way to also do that,
Okay.
but pressured in a good way. Yeah.
Yeah, the first surprising critique I think we could make is that because the Spar has green trees, we all kind of felt like we would find some kind of fair trade products, like in general biological products. However, once we went inside and we were trying to find these specific products, we found way less than anticipated. We really had to look for them and look for the logo itself. So maybe to encourage
Yeah.
the consumption of fair trade products, it would be good to have a better shelf placement.
Actually, also in the book that we read, that even though that there is an appeal for fair trade products, retailers can benefit from the halo effect, meaning that like other products already seem better because there's a fair trade product in the store. Like for example, we saw a couple of Gewoon brands that had the fair trade thing, so then you kind of see the whole Gewoon brand being as a fair trade product.
Yeah.
And major brands like Lay's, for example, and Apple St. Juice, the juice brand, like they didn't have any fair trade labels on them, which actually surprised, if I could say, all of us.
Yeah.
And in addition to this, if the products did have the label, it was actually very hard to find it, as it was very small. Like you actually have to go out, turn to the back, and look for the logo on it. Looking at how it's a trend now, a lot more people would look for it. In it, and it might make a difference in how people purchase their stuff.
So lastly, the most important thing for a brand nowadays is to be very transparent as to where their products come from and what happens in all the stages of the product process. And because we want to know the journey, like what happened to the product, we can make a purchase that aligns with our values of making sure that we're buying in a conscious
way.
Conscious way,
yeah.
and in a sustainable way for the brand.
And for the planet.
And the planet and the employee, like with their products.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog and that it could help you to
Make more ethical decisions.
Exactly, make more ethical decision. And we will see you in our final vlog next week. Bye!